What's up, y'all? It's Arch-USA. This is Chris with Arch-USA. I'm supposed to do that in reverse, and I keep messing it up. Anyway, forget that. We're getting to the point of this discussion today. And yesterday, I got a bunch of inboxes and DMs, and I was like, I'm not talking about this. And then I saw information from a very important person who explained to me why this needs to be discussed in a completely different way. So we know yesterday that a Nike executive left the company after her son, the West Coast Resale, this dude, we know all about this. So let's not spend time on that. Let's go to Jason Murphy. If you don't know who Jason Murphy is, take a second, Google him. I love saying that, Google him. And this is what he said. I'm reading over here from LinkedIn, and I'm going to put the link in the description so you guys can go to it if you're on LinkedIn. And he raised an issue that is extremely important here. And this is what he said. While I cherished all the time I spent at Nike, inside the berm, Nike was a beautifully ugly place. I knew this woman. And this is where what he's saying differs from all of these comments on the internet. This is a person that says, I knew this woman. She was in our category for a while I was working at Nike FBAT. I'm not surprised by this, but it's simply amazing how white privilege works. Her son was running a sneaker cartel. She's working for a major brand. Now, he dives into something that's really interesting. Trevor Edwards had to step down on an accusation. He was going to be the first black president of Nike. He had to step down. Now, there's another cat that was recently prosecuted for getting his boy money for setting up pop-ups. Right? That dude was federally prosecuted. You can go to the IRS website and read about the case of this Nike employee, and it's a wormhole, but this guy gets federally prosecuted. Now, Michael Jordan's son backdoored tons of sneakers on this Air Jordan 1. Now, I shouldn't even say that because it's hearsay. We can't prove that he backdoored these shoes. We can't. So, my apologies. I can't say that. But within the sneaker culture circles, we all know what happened, or we think we know what happened. What does that have to do with this woman? Here's where Jason nails this conversation. This kid owned multiple warehouses in Portland, Oregon, and I didn't think about this. Does anyone know how much commercial real estate cost in Portland? She most definitely knew and supported what was happening. This guy's 19 years old. This is my office. I own it. I could take the camera off, walk through here, and show you guys my office. It cost me. It's expensive. Across the street, there are warehouses. I want to get a warehouse. I can't because they're expensive, and I'm in Memphis where everything is cheaper than the rest of the country. There's a 19-year-old running a resale business. He's using bots. He's buying PlayStations and Adidas and everything else. But one, I live in Memphis. I know what resale is. I don't talk about it as much as I could. And if I ever did, it would be an expose that would blow the whole world apart. But I know for a fact that that cat was taking advantage of his opportunities with the employee store. She got to walk away from the company, hands-free. This kid is going to continue to run his resale business from bots and everything else. And nobody's talking about that. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a wrong thing. She was able to walk away. Trevor Edwards didn't get to walk away. The guy recently that I just talked about with the IRS, he didn't get to walk away. We can go down the list of all of these different people who were given the boot from Nike, and you start finding similarities. I go back to the Under Armour thing, but this ain't about Under Armour. But let me tell you something, and this is what's really interesting. Resale simply exists because sneaker culture has moved to a point where it's not sneaker culture anymore, it's sneaker hype, and the only damn thing you find on all of these websites, you know what? Let's do this real quick. Let's go to Soul Collector. Now let's count how many articles are on the home page. It loads. Yeezy, 1. Nike, 2. Nike. New Balance, Adidas. Nike, Jordan Brand, Nike, Jordan Brand, Jordan Brand, Yeezy, Jordan Brand, Jordan Brand, Jordan Brand, Jordan. This is supposed to be sneaker media. That's sneaker media, right? Nicekicks.com. Shout out to Bun B, the OG. Gotta love that. Shout out Nice Kicks for that. But let's keep count. Adidas, Sean Wotherspoon. Adidas, that's good. Jordan Brand, Adidas. Carhu, now that's interesting. I commend them for that. Nice Kicks is better than Soul Collector in this regard. Now they got the story on the kid with the shoes. Sakai, Nike, Nike, Adidas, Nike, Nike, Nike. I can keep going. Nike. Let's do another site. I'm getting to a point here. I'm getting to my point. Sneaker News, Jordan Brand, Dunk, Nike, Yeezy. You're getting a theme. Same damn articles over and over again. This is sneaker media. This is where all of you guys that are out there in sneaker culture, you spend all your times on these websites. And this is what you do, is drive the engagement for Nike, for Adidas. There are a ton of different brands out there that are making retro or throwback styles that we all used to wear back in the day. Nobody's looking at that. You create a situation where a kid can do this simply because you spend all of your time standing for a company as opposed to being an individual and actually trying different brands. If you try different brands, we run out of the situation where everybody's fighting for the same damn shoe. This does not take the focus away from Jason Murphy explaining exactly that this lady knew what her son was doing. You can't live in a house with a reseller and not know that they're reselling and that they're using the benefits that are available to them. You can't. You know that. It's kind of like insider trading, and that's what was happening inside of this house. But I also blame sneaker media, because you're the ones who spend all of this time talking about the same brands. Now let's take a quick look at retro brands that all of you guys, if you wanted to stunt and do something and be different, let's take a look at what you could do. Diadora with the My Basket and the Philly cut, right? The Philly 6. There's an option very similar to an Air Force One or Jordan 1 style that you could be wearing right now, but you won't go out and even take a look at this brand. Let's go to New Balance has a bread style colorway and a shadow style colorway of the 550. You're not wearing that. You don't even go to the website. It ain't even showing up on all those sneaker media websites. Reebok Pump is coming out. You know who wore that? D Brown doing his thing. I can keep going and show you options. There's options where you don't have to sit down and continuously wear the same brand every day. But you know what? I'm talking to myself because y'all ain't gonna hear me. Puma, Ralph Sampson, the 70 mid OGs. Kind of looks like a blazer, kind of looks like an old Nike shoe. And this is the tragic part of it. It used to be a time where I wouldn't be caught dead in something that was a bootleg Jordan. These joints are selling for $400 a pair. It's a knockoff. This is on the House of Kicks website. He's showing you that these shoes are selling for $400. Dudes are buying stuff that's a bootleg because you want to wear Jordan color style so much. Here's an ASIC shoe that you could wear that looks like a PF Flyer, almost a throwback. There's options out there, but you keep feeding the beast, and the beast is going to keep winning. So who's really at fault? See you guys on the next one.